In this week's video, I talk about the upcoming updates in November and I give you tips on potential flips and investments. Hey guys, it's Divine from Merch.com with BTS Merchanting Review number 29. I know that in the last video I said I'd make an overview of the upcoming updates for 2017, but unfortunately I haven't been feeling well and thus I decided to postpone it until I'm doing better and then I can actually make it a great video. These BTS merchant reviews don't really cost me much effort, so I decided to quickly make one, also to let you guys know what's going on. Now before I begin, if you have any merchanting questions at all, feel free to ask them in the comments below. This month we get the third God Quest of the year, and while we generally don't expect any merchanting impact from quests, this is a Grandmaster quest and these kinds of quests generally add some new items that can be extremely interesting for merchanting. If you remember the Nihil and Muspa pouches from the Fate of the Gods quest, which is the one preceding the one that will come out this month, some people made very large amounts of money flipping those, so that could be the case here too if they release some interesting items. The skilling event leading up to the quest won't have any impact on merchanting, and then we get to Bounty Hunter, which was delayed to November. They recently showed the rewards in one of their live streams, and most notably you can get 3 tradable level 87 weapons with unique special attacks, and you can get upgrade sets for PvP armors which now have the same degrade system as other items. The big question will be whether enough people will feel like playing this. I suspect that the price of the level 87 bow and possibly the staff will be the main driver for people to do this, since those 2 weapons have the best special attacks. And they can be very useful at certain bosses, so they may retain some value and inspire certain people to play this update. Jagex said that if this update fails, they'll probably stop making PvP updates altogether. Their polls also clearly showed that the vast majority of the players have given up on the idea of PvP, or maybe they were never interested in the first place. So even if this does get played, I doubt it'll be by enough people to warrant any investments for this update, like food or decaying supplies or whatever. It's just going to be on such a small scale that it may not be worth doing anything at all. Best case scenario, you can flip PvP supplies after the release, and you can possibly do some high risk flips on the new weapons. That could be a lot of fun. Now you may be wondering, what happened to Bank Bidders? Wasn't that going to be released in November? Yes, it was. Jagex delayed it to February though. The reason being that they received too much feedback and they need more time. It no longer matters anyways, since they turned the update into some light version where only the banks of 12 accounts can be won, which will indeed result in only the rich and those with hundreds of accounts having any use for this at all. It would have been way more enjoyable if there were thousands of banks to be won and the whole thing would keep going day and night, because that would force rich people to be conservative with their bids, and they would also miss out on certain accounts during their offline times so that others could get a chance to, while putting less money into it. It's quite a shame, but I guess it's not too surprising that the update sort of messed up. Then finally we have the return of the Mimic boss, and with it the Tongue Cape. And like I said earlier this year, there was no way Jagex would put a lot of time into creating a unique boss with its own mechanics, graphics and drops, only to have it in-game for just a few weeks and then discontinue it. Still, I've seen a lot of people that held Tongue Capes constantly trying to convince others over the past months that they're discontinued and they'll never be released again. It's not cool to talk others into buying your item, and here's the result. Consider this me sticking out my tongue to those people. And that's it for November. I hope you all have a good month and that I can be back soon with more videos. Take care, guys.